Yeah, I'm feeling ballsy enough. We're gonna have this talk. Let me put that down because I don't want to see how many people are watching. I want this to come out unadulterated. I want it to come out uninterrupted. Have you ever wondered why every generation hates the next and the one before it? Why every generation blames the generation before and the generation after? How many of you are smart enough to see where I'm going with this? Raise your hands. By the way, I have my taskbar down. I don't want to see how many people are watching me. I really don't. You guys are not going to like what I have to say. No one likes the person holding up the mirror to their face. And having to do it to myself over the last few years, burning down my life ever so slowly, removing every little toxic thing. I think this is a necessary step for everyone. You need to be able to look yourself in the mirror and not be mad, not be sad, honestly, not be anything. And that only comes through self-reflection. You have to understand where you have to understand where you came from to understand where you're going. You have to understand the same cycles that you've been put through, your parents were put through, their grandparents were put through, so on, so on. Game of Thrones fans out there, Game of Thrones, raise your hands, guys. Because it's exactly what Danny talks about. It's breaking the wheel. Breaking those generational curses. The ones that get passed down to you over and over and over again. And we all give ourselves this leeway of, oh, I wasn't as bad as my parents, so they'll turn out all right. Hello, McFly, you home? You are literally excusing the same bad behavior your parents did to you. You are not putting a stop to it. You are not setting a different example. Hurt people, so on and so on and so on. And we excuse it. Because no one's willing to stand up and be the outsider, be the outcast and say, hey, I think it's everybody. I think regardless, here's the thing that they'll never tell you. They want you to perpetuate your anger so they can stay in control. They want you to perpetuate everything that has been done up until this point. Because the divided people are easier to conquer than the united people. And honestly, I just show up here and do this for myself because in order to get back to the best version of me, to take my life back entirely, I have to perpetuate all of the good routines, all of the good rituals, all of the good shit that got me where I was. And because I was born disabled, because I was told I would never walk, because I decided to put myself through the pain to be able to do that, and then to be able to run. Do you understand how much work it takes to go from not being able to move your body parts and just crying because you're so frustrated because all you want to do is be able to move. All you want to do is be like your brother. Your younger brother, you're the oldest. He's crawling before you are. Put your hands up if you understand that. Choosing to put yourself through the pain. Being happy just to be able to walk, something you all take for granted. Being happy, like having to do the stretches and then having to teach yourself how to crawl while still doing the stretches every damn day, while still doing that workout every damn day. Just to be able to crawl. And then you got to put more into it so you can walk. And then even walking, it's not even that. It's just standing up at first. And then I had to go through the whole process of crutches to walker to those fucking braces, man. Like, I'm pretty sure my first braces were like the Forrest Gump braces, and then right after that is when they got the fiberglass technology to do the cool like form-fitting ones. Those ones still hurt though, by the way. Those ones actually hurt more than wearing a fucking cast. I don't know if you guys, anybody that doesn't know what I'm talking about, you're lucky. And you take that for granted. And through all this, you have to endure your body burning. Like if you walked up to me right now, you could hold out your hand and I radiate heat. And it's not because my blood pressure is too high. My blood pressure is like scary normal to like below. Like right there, just up, 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 up. Because I had to train myself to be like that to deal with this pain. Everything burns so much, you can feel the heat coming off my body. And then you doubt me that I'm a fucking savage. Like, really, fuck you. Like, you will never experience that kind of pain until your later years. Unless you get into a really bad accident. And then it's like, oh, I finally understand what you... Fuck you. You don't understand. You have it now. I've had it the whole time. And then you want to criticize me. You want to make me feel less than because you can't handle the truth. Jack Nicholson. Because you don't want to put in the work to grow the fuck up. And it doesn't matter what age you are, because this is one of those generational curses that get perpetuated. You are never really allowed to discover who you are. You're told to be different than who you really are. This is what the world expects. This is what they want. This is what a successful man looks like. This is what a successful woman looks like. And, oh, honey, no. No one's ever going to want to be with you if you're like that. Anybody? You all think you are so different than everyone else. You are all so much the same. It's fucking scary. The human mind needs to go through adversity. Real, true adversity. Something that threatens them in order for them to grow, in order for them to mature. You are told never to fail in life. Failure is not an option. It's because failure is the only thing that teaches you. It's the only thing that shows you if you have real drive or if you're a coward and you have to pretend and you better hope you're good at something. You're not a threat. So you get a bully complex, and anytime anyone says anything that hints at actual truth, someone sees behind your veil, you gotta lash out. You gotta make them hurt the way you feel hurt. Generational curses, anyone? So I ask you, as someone who was told he could never do anything, why would it ever be a bad thing that all I want to be is a store manager, a district manager? Have a nice family, a nice life. If I'm willing to put myself through that pain, through that hell, in order to have it, who the fuck are you to tell me I'm a failure at anything? Because as far as I'm concerned, there are very few people that have shown that they've earned their place at the table called life, like I have. I'm 44. I've been doing this work for 42 and a half years. 42 and a half years. And I make pain look very good. You would even question that I am in pain. And most of the times that I snap or anything else, it makes me look a little off. It makes me look a little crazy. I understand that. But none of you can understand the rest of the time the pain makes you edgy. So to be able to control myself for 99% of the time and snap once, the consistency I bring to the table, I have never seen anyone match. And then you want to question my drive, you want to question my strength? Let's see you dominate the same way I do. Let's see it. Did you have the sheer force of will to force yourself? You could have sat back, you could have played victim, like you're disabled. Everybody would understand that's what they want. So they can have their token little piece right there of, oh, look at my burden. Feel sorry for me. You didn't get that with me. No, you get me making you feel insecure. Because there is no viable way for any of you, except for those that are like me, to prove that you have that kind of fortitude, that you have that kind of strength, that you have that kind of determination, that willpower, that burning fire inside you. When you walk in a room, no one wants to engage you in a conversation because you will take the mask right off their face and you will expose the pretender they really are. You will take someone else's intelligence and pass it off as your own without even knowing about the subject. And you dare have the sheer gall to tell someone else what the hell to do? No. You have all been born into the same role. You have all been burdened in the same way. And none of you are willing to step outside yourselves and actually realize that you can put a stop to it. But it takes a lot of strength, it takes a lot of work. And you cannot excuse it. Accountability. Showing up for yourself every damn day. You're showing up for yourself. Realizing that pattern and breaking that fucking pattern. showing up for yourself every day is showing up for everybody else. Success bleeds. The same way trauma bleeds. So if you know the cycle's fucked up, why would you ever want to perpetuate it? And why would you ever judge something you don't understand? Judging something instead of questioning something shows a lot about you. How limited you really are. How stupid you really are. Because an intelligent human being, a mature human being, an adult human being, an aware human being is forever the student. Oh, I don't know, teach me. Make me understand. Don't ever judge. Don't ever be a fucking idiot and let someone play you. Like, there are nice ways of digging around inside a person and getting them to show you who they really are. Any good person and that's not even a successful person, that's a good person in sales, can show you how to do that. There's a reason the successful ones are able to become your 15-minute best friend. Just saying. Why? Because I know, because I've seen it in my own life with the people in my family and the people that I've involved myself in their lives. You notice these patterns, you notice these habits throughout your whole life. And instead of putting a stop to them, instead of breaking the cycle and putting something new in place, you allow it. You either shut yourself up or you allow somebody else to shut you up. Why do you hate yourself? Why is it so hard for you to step up and say enough? This is done. And you don't have to do it in such a dramatic way. Like myself, as you guys can tell, I'm a bit of a sarcastic fuck. So, you know, I am like the life that I'm forced to live. I am a bit short-tempered and I am a bit of a savage. And I do not care what happens to my body because you all can break me. And I've had bones broken. I've had steel rods in this head, back here actually, while I was doing concrete. There is nothing you could do to me that I have not experienced already, that I have not adapted to that kind of pain. So what is there to be scared of? You're gonna threaten my life? Have you ever met a person that wants to die? Have you? Have you? If you were to meet me and somebody started being an ass, I don't cower. I'm the one that my brothers have to grab and be like, Dustin, no. Come on, you're being stupid. No. I am not a coward. I taught myself very early on that you either conquer it or it conquers you. And if you're the type of person that will not allow something to conquer you, better be okay with going out and going out swinging, because you will not be subdued or subjected or anything, subjugated. Never. I was bullied pretty much all of my childhood, just because I was different. And because you all felt inadequate in yourselves, you participated. Because you fear what you don't understand. X-Men, anybody? All these things you celebrate, when you are actually the thing that they're fighting against. You're so focused that you are the victim. You don't see the victims you create. And you're so scared. You're so scared of breaking that cycle because you don't know what's on the other side. Freedom. Accountability. Change. You're so scared. You're so scared to die that you have to believe in a God that has an afterlife because you cannot believe that this is all you get. You're always as a child, you're always told you can create anything. I think that is the one truth, maybe the only truth they give you in this life. Other than that, they try to beat you down. And we continue to excuse it. Instead of looking in the mirror, seeing the atrocities that have been passed down over and over and over, and saying enough. I'm laying it down. I'm doing something different. I'm making something better. Because I don't know about you, I was taught that you're supposed to leave this place in a better condition than what you found it in. I'd say that's pretty true. But we're not doing that. We're perpetuating the same cycles of life and allowing it to happen again and again and again. Our entire world goes off of a process of just band-aiding a situation instead of fixing it. Because every patient cured is a customer lost. They don't want you being your true sovereign self, knowing who the fuck you are, what the fuck you're capable of, and actually going after it. It does not want a fair system. It wants chains on all of us. And if we can't change it at the top because the game is fucking rigged, then we have to change it down here. They want us divided. All of us. They want us perpetuating the same cycles so we cannot be we the people anymore. That's what I said at the beginning. People divided are easier to conquer than a people united. I hope I got through to at least one person. One person that can actually step back from themselves and see the bigger picture. One person that knows all I have to do is stop it. You're not going to be liked. I think that's why most people don't do it, because you want to fit in, you want to belong. Coming from somebody that can never belong, it's overrated. The villain has more fun. It's just a fact. It's not always the easiest thing to do. But usually, and I'll leave you with this one, usually the right thing to do and the hard thing to do are the same thing.